Hey everyone, so tonight we're working on the 1976 Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm basically finishing up a few things before I take it to the paint shop, one of which is mounting the emblems on the rear. These are new quarters and rear panels, all new sheet metal. So they don't have the holes anymore for the Toyota badge and the four-wheel drive badge. These are both brand new parts from Toyota. Really nice that they still manufacture these. So rather than just going off of measurements that I found online and kind of measuring in the moment, I decided that I would try to make a template for it. So there was an existing forum post from almost 10 years ago now that laid out the measurements, laid out the badges, and basically I just used AutoCAD with those measurements to, and then I measured the actual badges themselves, and using those I was able to basically get a good handle on where the bolt holes would go. I basically just printed it out to scale, and that was that. I have a printout of it here where basically I can just align it with the door jamb and with the bottom of the quarter, tape it up, and it should do all the hard work for us basically. So I'll go ahead and get started on that now. Something like this you definitely want to measure twice, cut once. So I just want to make extra sure that it's going to be fairly level and not look way off. And I'm giving a little bit extra room behind these bolt holes, just basically to account for minute adjustments after it's ready to go on, to make sure that I can, tweak it a tiny bit to just get it looking perfect. The other reason is that when the car gets painted, the paint is going to add a little bit, especially if there are any sort of um, drips that happen or something in the actual bolt hole. It's not going to chip the paint away and then start rusting it again. Seems like it looks pretty good. This badge is curved, so it's a little bit finicky making sure that it matches the curve on there. These also have backer gaskets, so they're not going to be direct to metal. I think I might want to move this hole over just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, it looked like, because this is curved, this stud is angled. So I'm not sure, as it's drilled now, it looks like it would be on once it's all the way in there, but getting it in, I'm not sure that it would end up making that. So I might just drill the hole just on the edge of the circle instead of right in the middle. All right, moment of truth. So there is it's not exactly flush, but it did line up with where the badge is supposed to go. Honestly, this is kind of a weird one to mount. It might also not be a perfectly rounded fender or quarter here. Might have to re-drill these. Honestly, I'm not very happy with that. I mean, this, compared to the reference photo that I used, which is just somebody's existing car, was a much smaller gap. So I'll have to research if that is typical or if it's a larger gap. But this next one's going to be much easier because it's on the flat. It doesn't really matter that much where it goes. I also have a proper drill bit for it, so. Okay. Placement's good, bolts are good, it just needs to be a little bit bigger. So. Okay, so I did just confirm on the internet that the placement is correct of this Toyota badge. So what I'm guessing it is that the panel doesn't match the original original shape. So I am not going to drill additional holes. I will just deal with I'll deal with a gap somewhere, or I'll modify the gasket to be thinner at this end once it's time to mount it. But it should be pretty good for now. I think the only thing I'll do is just make this hole on one side a little bit bigger to give some play either way, especially getting it in, so I don't mar the paint when I'm putting it in. But that should be that. Mounted and ready to go. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the next video.